So yeah, I finally have finished the Callisto protocol, and it's been a very uncomfortable, painful, stressful 6 days of gameplay experience. And I'm going to show you the ending of the game, so spoilers warning. One of the biggest problems I have with Callisto Protocol, it's not the graphics. Graphics are fine. It's not the motion capture. Motion capture is fine. The gameplay, even the story, I can, overlook that. I can, swallow that, whatever. I'll take that up the ass, fine. But what I can't swallow, what I can take up the ass is the gameplay, the combat system. The combat system in this game is just trash. You know, it's like a fight night in the UFC from EA Sports had a baby with a Dead Space, and that's what this is, Callisto Protocol. The whole dodging system with the left thumbstick, it's horrendous. It's terrible. It's not accurate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending how latency is on your controller. I mean, and then you have the weapon system. You have to press the D-pad and you have to scroll up and down the D-pad to get your weapon. Then when you get your weapon, it takes forever. Then he has to take it out. They have to press the X, right? D-pad right, D-pad up and down scroll, press the X, the weapon comes out, and then he has to put it together. Then he has to reload it, and all of that takes time. It takes like 20 to 30 fucking seconds, right? Not to mention that he's fucking slow. All right? Listen, man, I'm not in the greatest shape, but I can fucking sprint much faster than this fucking guy, Jacob, in this game. The guy, it looks like he's a RoboCop, moving really slow. I mean, the combat system in this game, it's pure trash. And that's why it's not fun. That's why I cannot replay this again. This is why I can't play this game again. Somebody asked me the other day, are you going to replay this again? Fuck no. Maybe DLC when it comes out, just to see where the story goes. But man, I'm not going to replay this again. What for? You don't get any goodies. That's another thing. When you finish the game, you get no rewards for your hard work. You know how in every game you get like an extra skin for your weapon, an extra credits so you can build more weapons on on a 3D printer or something, an extra power cell or something so you can defeat the enemies quicker and faster. In The Last of Us Part 1, there's actually a cheat codes. They let you actually have fun. So all the hard work you go through, you don't get rewarded. There is no reward here. Dude, it's just horrendous. It's a horrendous experience. And then the ending, which we're going to dive into right now. The ending is just trash. He helps this girl. I think her name is Dina. And she all of a sudden cares about him, right? Because he realized what he has done. What he was carrying was the cargo full of this poison, of this protocol virus that they put, right? From the black, what you call it, Black Iron Lab. There's a place called Black Iron Lab. This warden, he's in charge of it, and he calls it Black Iron Lab, like an umbrella corporation, if you will. It's almost like his equal. Think of Black Iron Lab as an umbrella corporation. And they experimented with the prisoners, because prisoners, they're obviously expendable. No one cares about them, so they're perfect guinea pigs to be tested this with. So anyway, but they also tested it in Europa. Europa is it's a little small base, if you will, city on a Callisto where they also have tested this poison. So anyway, now all of a sudden he's helping her and she's like, oh my God, Jacob, 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 I love you. Almost like I love you, Jacob. And he only met her for like a couple of times. He met her a couple of times throughout 14 hours. There's no intimate relationship between them two. And all of a sudden she gives a shit about him. Like, the story makes no fucking sense. But anyway, here, let me show you the ending. There she is. Yeah, he's gonna go help her. And there's gonna be one extra pod. No, actually just one pod, I'm sorry. Escape pod. It's really a bad game, guys. This is really bad.
Just keep going. We gotta get to the escape pods.
And you will understand what I mean once you play the game. Like,
I see the pods.
all of a sudden she cares about him and he cares about her. But they barely known each other, man. They're like, they only met each other a couple of times in the game, briefly. It's really hard to buy this ending of the game. It is so bad. Like, I really don't have any
You don't know what you're doing.
attachments to neither of these two characters.
I can't keep running from what I've done.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. For everything.
Yes. Yes.
I do belong here.
Callisto Protocol. The striking distance is very sorry that they made this game.
Data transfer complete.
It's hard for me to you guys listen.
He learned more about me.
In order for me
I
to
learned more about him.
care about the characters like I did in Mass Effect 3,
I didn't realize
I have to be
he was
attached to
capable
these
of
characters.
for all along.
Like in Metal Gear, I have to be attached. I'm not attached to this character because I don't know shit about her. I only seen her like a couple of times throughout the 14 hours, and then at the very end, I've learned a little bit more about her. Just a slightly a little bit more about her. This is terrible writing. This is a half-assed writing. It's just bad, dude. And when you play this game, you will understand exactly what I'm saying here. And now this scientist who worked at the Black Iron Lab, she's telling her that there's a still way out of here, and then we see that Captain Ferris is still alive. And we're gonna have to fight him again, I guess. Deacon St. John. It's really lame. It's like super lame. And I know some of you gonna say, but how could this be, Mr. 4K? You know, you praised this game. Well, that was before the release of the game, because I didn't know that it was going to be this lame. If I knew that it was going to be this lame, of course, I wouldn't have hyped it. And this is another thing, you know, where me and my friend Cameron, we talked about this. Your expectations for the video games today and movies and TV shows, even The Last of Us TV show, your expectations needs to be very low, guys. Your expectations really have to be low. And I'm not kidding.
Run! Move!
I will not excite. Listen, I'm not getting excited for any game anymore. I don't care. Even this Dead Space remake, I don't know if I should get excited. I'm not getting excited for anything anymore. My expectations are very low. Even Wolverine, I don't know. My expectations are very low. All of these games, my expectations are very low. And I know you're gonna say, how could you say that, Mr. 4K? I could say it because I have been nothing but disappointed lately. Disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know. I hope that 2023 it's a better year
I didn't.
for video games, because this year was just
But I do now.
terrible, man.
I can't keep running from what I've done.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
You know things are pretty bad when Elden Ring is being nominated for Game of the Award. And most likely it will win the Game of the Award.
Jacob!
You know, Game of the Year, Game Award.
Jacob!
You know things are pretty bad in terms of games. When Elden Ring is the only thing you have.
Transfer complete.
That
I don't know what's
transfer
going on.
went
I mean,
He learned more about me, and I learned
I know
more
there's
about
been
him.
it's been a rough couple of years due to
In the
COVID-19.
chaos of
I
it.
understand that,
I didn't realize
but
he
that
was-
shouldn't be an excuse card. And then everyone's gonna start using that excuse card. Oh, the reason our game sucks is
trying to make
because
up
of
for the pain he
COVID-19.
caused?
You know,
Just
no, come on.
chasing some kind of redemption. Either way,
Look at God of War,
I hope he found
Ragnarok. They didn't use any excuses. They went out to make the game the best they can, and they did, and they delivered. You know, I'm not interested in excuses, guys. You know, I'm interested in results. Deliver the results.
Jacob, there might be a way out after all.
Reactor core temporary safety is
So,
activated.
so what can I say about this game that I haven't already said? You know, this I wouldn't buy this, man. Listen, man. I already regret paying $90 for this game. Not to mention that I have a strike on my channel. Not to mention that, because of this game. So so to me, this game, it's I would say I really can't recommend you buying it, because there's nothing here. When you finish it, that's it. Unless you can get it dirt cheap, like dirt cheap. All right, but even dirt cheap, like that's it. When you finish it, that's it. You're not gonna touch this again. I guarantee you will not touch it. There's nothing here for you to do after you finish it. This is a good rental. Honestly, this is a rental at best. If you have a GameFly, rent this. Rent the game. That's what I would recommend. But honestly, why even go through all the torture and pain and agony? Just go to YouTube and watch the walkthroughs. Seriously, guys. Technically, you don't have to. I thought about this. Maybe I shouldn't
Hurry!
buy or rent any games. Maybe I should just watch other YouTubers play it. Fuck it, you know. Just watch others play it.
Just keep
Technically, you don't have to pay a dime for a video game, ever. Now, playing it yourself, it's a whole different experience, obviously, but
I see the pods.
look, this is a rental, like I said on my live stream earlier. This is a rental at best. Rent it,
There's just one.
don't buy it. If you buy it, I'm telling you right now, you will regret it. As I did. The $90 I spent.
You don't know what you're doing.
But people say, but there's the DLC. It's included with a.
But I do now.
it's included with this
Talking about.
Callisto Gold Deluxe Edition. And I'm like, okay, but I have to wait till February. I got other games to play in February. PlayStation VR 2 is coming out in February. Am I really gonna give a shit about Callisto Protocol DLC in February? Probably not. But I'm gonna play it anyway,
Data transfer.
if I remember. Okay, because I might forget about this game in February.
He learned more about me,
You know.
and I learned more about him.
I don't know, man. I would really like to. I would love to hear what
He'd also given me the
what
evidence
Glenn
to
Schofield has to say about this. If he's gonna even say anything or make a statement. Like what went wrong? Like what the fuck happened here, dude?
or just chasing some kind of redemption.
You know what I mean? What the hell happened with this
I hope
with this
he
project?
finds peace.
And it's not a small project, man. They've been working on this for 3 years. I mean, fine. The story, it is what it is. I can, like I said, I can swallow that. I can take that up the ass. But what I can't forgive is
There might be a way out
the,
after all.
the gameplay, the combat system. These
But I'm going to need your help.
not scary enemies, these annoying enemies, and they all look the same. The design of the enemies is the same. In the Dead Space, they look scary, dude. Super scary. I don't know, dude. This is like almost like. Is this coming from the same? From the same guy who did the Dead Space? Like it's like almost I can't believe that this is coming from the same guy who did Dead Space. Like it's almost kind of hard to believe that this is coming from the same guy who did Dead Space. Like how is this even possible?
Hurry!
So I'll show you this ending one more time, but let's listen.
We gotta get to the escape pods.
I'll talk about this on the live stream, you know, on the Discord, and we'll talk about it in a great length. But I mean, there's so much I want to say about this game, but I can't, you know, say everything on this video. But there's so much I have to say about this, and what went wrong. Honestly. Because I've done a lot of research on the Callisto protocol, and
I didn't.
they were pretty good at like showing only the quality, but
What are you talking about?
no demo. You see, this is why you gotta have a demo, man. And this is what I want to talk about maybe on a live stream. You gotta give me a demo. You know, this. I think it should be required by every developer to give you a demo. There should be like a new law for video games. You have to release a demo. Because demo will tell you everything you need to know. Where the game is going,
Data transfer.
you know, what this game is all about, the mechanics of the game, you know. Demo, listen, I miss the good old days, guys. Good old days when there used to be demos, you know, but now
I didn't realize he'd also
there's
given
no
me the
such thing.
evidence I was looking for all along.
I mean,
Sacrifice
some
his
developers
life
do, but not all. I wish that more would do.
Is he
And
trying to make up for the pain he caused?
like Cameron said, if they're not giving you the demo, that means they're hiding something.
Either way,
If they're not giving you the demo, that means they're hiding something. They're hiding, just like the CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk. They're hiding something. It means they don't want you to see how terrible the combat system is.
Jacob, there might be a way out after
And they rolled the dice. And that's why I said I don't feel sorry for them, because they rolled the dice. They knew what they were doing. And they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have rolled the dice. They should have pushed this game back in February or maybe March. March March or April, whatever, or even summer. You know, they could have. Here's the sad part about Callisto Protocol. Before I end this video, here's the sad part. The sad part is this could have been a great game. This could have been a great game, but unfortunately, sadly, it didn't. It had a great. This is the sad part about this whole thing is Callisto Protocol had a potential to be a great game. I mean, they already had the graphics engine all ready and the sound, but it's the combat system and the characters and the stories just so lame. It's like a Steven Seagal, dude. It's almost like, you know, they should have put Steven Seagal in this movie. I mean, this video game. You know what? I would have, okay, it would have been less painful for me if Steven Seagal was in this video game, you know? So, yeah, it's a matter of opinion, you know? Some people say that, you know, I should have been in a video game. But, you know, that's a matter of opinion, you know? Yeah, he should have been in here. Well, all right, guys, I'm sorry that I'm mumbling for, what, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's just, look, I'll talk more about this on the live stream. There's so much to say about this, and especially, there's so much to talk about Callisto Protocol, man. There's a lot to talk about here. But we'll talk about it on the live stream. Maybe on Friday we can talk about it, but it's sad. It's what, you know what this is? This is sad. And I'll just leave it at that for now. It's sad. That's what this whole thing is. It's like Dreamcast guy said, I feel sad. I was hyped about this game, dude. I was the biggest fanboy of this game. So imagine how I feel. And I was so hyped. I was like the biggest fanboy of this game. And then what a letdown. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's it. We'll talk about it on Friday, I guess, in great length on the live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.